All right. So San Diego Wave FC. That season's ended.
Go wave, go wave.
Abe, we've been promising the people, and the people get us going, that they want to go ahead and hear everybody's end of the year roster grades. Essentially, we did a mid-season roster where we just kind of gave everybody the grade A, B, C, or D/F. Did I say E? We didn't give any E's.
We gave some incompletes, I think.
We did incompletes because we hadn't seen anything. Like
I think now we
Dudinha.
can just, even based on injuries, anything like that, I think now we can just give a straight grade.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%.
All right.
And just remember that we're going to go ahead and do oof, yikes. We're going to go ahead and we'll just do it as they come, one by one.
Okay.
Starting with and again, this is based solely on this last year's performance, nothing the year before, just this year's performances for San Diego Wave, starting with the captain, Kaylin Sheridan. Abe, the captain of San Diego.
Such a tough one to start with, man. The starting goalkeeper, the captain, the everything, the podcaster. She's the mom. She's been all around this team. I think she had an impact. I don't think she's had as great of a season as she had in seasons past, especially that first year. She was making a lot of penalty kick saves. I don't think there was that many penalties this year, but she definitely didn't save any this year. I'd probably give her a just straight B because she's still above average as a goalkeeper, still makes more passes and is more involved in the offense than almost any other goalkeeper. And she had some tough matches, but overall, I don't think she was ever the reason why San Diego truly lost a match. It was never truly just all completely on her. As Chiva's camera completely falls off the screen.
Thank you, Tony Sanchez, actually, for that one.
But yeah, I'd give her a solid B just because of her place as the captain of the team. I think she helped keep this team solidified, especially with another coaching change. You might expect a team to maybe not be bought in, a little bit more individual, worrying about their own individual play, but they really bought it. And I think the captain is also important in helping the whole team buy into a new coach's system and all of that stuff. So she as the captain, I think did a good job in that way. So she deserves a B or maybe a B+.
Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and give her a C+.
Wow.
I really think that there was a lot of times this year where, and again, this is this year, factoring in the level that I know her to be capable of. I think there was some play to be desired. The captain aspect of her, she did show leadership when she could. It's a difficult place to be as a goalkeeper, to be the captain. But overall, that shine wore off. The superpower just kind of isn't there anymore, at least in this season. There was even times where I was watching DD play, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to see what this team looks like under that. No, Abe, at all?
No. DD was fine in her performances, but with the ball at her feet, she looked a lot less comfortable than Kaylin Sheridan did. And I think you could kind of tell the defense needed a little bit more directing when DD was on the pitch. And maybe that's just because she wasn't playing that much this season, but I definitely don't have there's not a goalkeeper battle, at least for now, for Kaylin Sheridan. I think she still has earned that top spot.
Kaylin Sheridan gets a B- for me because although she is comfortable playing with her feet, she does have very poor delivery with her passing. And I think it's gotten worse since she joined Wave. So as Tony may or may not knock out my camera again, guys, just a heads up. Yeah, I give her a B- just because of that. I still think she's a great shot stopper. She makes all right decisions for the most part, but her delivery has kind of like slacked for me. So, which is why I go with a B minus.
Yeah, that's fair.
I need the mouse because Tony.
All right, let's just go to
Well,
the
what are the
second
people saying?
goalkeeper. How about that? Let's just call next goalkeeper Didi Hercic.
Let's go with Didi Harrison. Uh,
She had 2
the
matches
one
this
game,
season, I
2
believe,
games.
right? It was 2
Yeah.
games when Kaylin Sheridan was away for maternity leave.
Was one a clean sheet?
It might have been. Let me check on that.
I feel like I don't know why one of those was a clean sheet. Despite that, she's a backup goalkeeper. I'm just gonna go ahead and give her a C minus. Because the time that she played, they did not do that bad. I believe. I don't think they lose those games. Oh man, I gotta remember.
I think they might have lost those games because that was during their winless stretch, right?
True. All right. Well, then let's give her a D plus.
Let's pull up. I'm pulling up the football reference right now.
Tony, Didi had it.
But I'd probably stick with like C plus or C.
C minus.
Nothing didn't like. I mean,
I can't.
a fail. I think I wouldn't like give her a failing grade. A failing grade is like, oh, she blew those 2 games that she played. I don't think that's what happened at all.
D's passing.
It is technically.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, she did her job as a backup goalkeeper. Good job.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
All right. Let's go next in line.
So
Kaylin Sheridan.
on the website we have Trinity Armstrong up next. Trinity Armstrong.
I'll start.
Go for
Trinity
it.
I will give Trinity Armstrong a solid B, almost a B plus. I think she, as a rookie, the amount of different ways that San Diego Wave used her was impressive. She's still only 17, which is insane, the level she was playing. But I think she made a lot of mistakes on the defensive end. She got taken advantage of on certain one-on-ones situations that ended up costing Wave some important goals. But she also had very important goals in the attacking end, something that Naomi Girma never had with Wave. So I'm gonna give her a solid B.
Proof. Did she deserve a B? I think for what she was able to accomplish, I can see why you would give her a B. But I'll stick with a C plus. Again, just kind of not necessarily breaking that.
Being harsh with this Wave team.
I am being
nominated for Rookie of the Year. She was nominated for Rookie of the Year in the NWSL.
Was supposed to be last place team,
Was
and they
supposed
made
to be.
playoffs.
Was supposed to be.
And they got robbed in that quarterfinal
also-
game. Let's not forget that. They would have won that
But I've
game if
also
they didn't get
seen-
robbed.
I've also seen other young players come in and rock this league.
Like who?
I've also seen young players on Wave have similar bright spots, Kimi Escanio, at time where it kind of faded a little bit. So I think the consistency aspect is one thing where I'm just looking at it from the contributions in her position. Sure, nominated for Rookie of the Year. But C plus isn't bad. Like, C plus is a 79%, 78% out of 100. That's still relatively good. Potential is still a plus student for sure, but I think right now I give her a C plus. You didn't seem to agree with me at all, so this is probably going to be higher for you.
I'd probably do B plus, maybe A minus, but probably a B plus. She earned her spot as the defender for this team. I think she made us question whether or not maybe NWSL Kristen McNabb lost that spot. They would switch it around a lot this season, and I think she's going to be a huge part of that Wave backline for years to come. And the fact that they were able to put her either in the fullback position or even put her up in the 9 late in games is just insane for a young player, for them to have that kind of trust in her. I think that's proves that she's a really solid player. She's dangerous in the set pieces as well. Usually you get that a lot with the center backs. I know we've seen that with San Diego FC with Kristen McVeigh, Patty McNair. They kind of get involved, but she truly looks like an attacking player when she's out there. It's not like she's just trying to like hit the ball as hard as she can. Like she looks like sometimes like, okay, she actually has some moves up there, and I think she's shown that and been dangerous in that way this season. And her defensive miscues, that's kind of par for the course sometimes with a young player. And I don't think it was so horrible that it like completely blew games for San Diego for the most part. The reason San Diego would lose games this season is because they couldn't score goals. So I would say she deserves a B plus. And you guys are muted.
Sorry, I was just asking if we could lower the volume on this monitor, but I guess you can't.
I'm too loud. Sorry. I'll be quiet.
No. It was.
I don't know. Chiva's distracting. I don't know what world he's in. He's scared
I am
because
not scared
I'm
of
about to
anything.
destroy him in wave versus wave action. We'll see
right,
if let's see if I
next?
include Trinity Trinity Armstrong in this upcoming match. Who do we have next is chronologically here, and we have Trinity Myers.
Sorry, you were injured all season.
Playoff
She had a torn ACL, man.
playoff team player in the extra time.
You would pass her for not playing the whole season?
I mean, I don't think you should be penalized for being injured. And like, it's different if you're Chucky Lozano injured. I think that influences your grade because it's like, hey man, you were here, you're not here. What's up? What's happening? What's wrong with your leg? But Trinity Byers, we knew from the beginning of the season, was going to be out pretty much all season. The fact that she even came back for the playoff games, honestly, kind of insane.
Okay, F+.
And got her first professional minutes in Providence Park. Like, what?
What did you do? Nothing? Besides being thrown to the media?
She had like one run where it was like, oh, look, she's about to get the ball.
I'll side on incomplete.
Incomplete. Fair enough.
Yeah, she showed up on the last day of class.
Okay, cool.
Then
that's
enough.
Then that's enough.
Sorry, if you showed, you shouldn't have shown up.
You don't have perfect attendance, and you
up.
showed up at the last day. Like, no,
the day of the final, she showed up,
and she didn't pass that final, right?
But she didn't get to take the whole final. She got put in the extra time of the final.
Okay.
Like when the teacher says, like, all right, 10 minutes left, she walked in like, hey guys.
Yeah.
I've been injured. I couldn't find my pencil this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Should have come prepared.
No.
All right.
I think I'd probably just give her if we're grading that individual performance of that game alone, she was all right. So I'd give it a C-.
It's too nice. It's too nice. I'm sorry, but
why even bother playing her?
That is true. Like you might injure her. It was crazy that they played her.
It was a kind of rogue ass move. It was
a panic mode.
Yeah. All right, now that the metaphor, the teacher metaphor I gave, yeah, she probably should get a failing grade. You're right. So D.
Hannah Lundqvist. I'll give her A-.
I'm gonna go B+.
Okay. Oh, now who's being harsh on this team?
Hannah Lundqvist was great. Like, she was really good, but there's still a lot of mistakes there. I don't think she had really competition to give her a battle other than McMahon. So I don't know. Like, I think if she had another player to like push her, trying to take her spot, like, then she would have probably done a lot better.
I think she was really good defensively, and at times, like, it looked like she was putting in a lot more effort than I think the rest of the team. I think a lot of San Diego Wave people saw that this season, and I think she did a pretty great job, I'd say. So I'd give her A-, like Tony said. Not like crazy, like, oh my gosh, she absolutely needs to be on every single NWSL 11 every week, but she was an important part of this starting lineup.
Yeah, solid A. All right. Might not be here next year.
Yeah.
Chiamaka Okochukwu. Took us longer to learn her name than she actually played for San Diego Wave.
A D, just because she scored she broke the NWSL record of the fastest goal coming off the bench.
I think getting a record for NWSL gets you a passing grade, like a C-.
Okay, C-.
I'll give you a C-.
C-.
Abe?
Yeah. If I gave Trinity Byers a D, I'd probably give Chiamaka a C-. You're right. But she looked really good in those games that she came on. Like if she didn't get injured, I think this is a completely different San Diego Wave team. Honestly,
100%. The top 3 Wave team.
maybe.
Some might say. Who do we have next, Tony?
Next up, we have let's see on the stats. I had it. It was right there. It was Adriana Leon.
I'll start with this one because I know you guys have taken over the negative. It's fair to give Adriana Leon an F.
F.
As the striker, I think we all expected a lot more from Adriana Leon, especially who she has been as a player in her past stops and who she's been with Canada. I mean, she scored multiple times with Canada while she was called up to national team. It's kind of crazy, but with San Diego Wave, it just never really seemed to fit. Like, do you think it's a chemistry issue with on the top, or is she just not making like?
I don't know, but she is the second worst striker that has ever worn a Wave jersey.
Second worst striker. Now you got me.
You guys figure out who the worst is.
What you got against Alex Morgan?
Not her.
What you got against Taylor Flint?
Oh,
it's
Chiva
raining.
hates Kira Caruso. That's what this is.
Yeah, I do.
Caruso?
Absolute garbage of soccer talent. But yeah, Adriana Leon is an F.
Kenza.
Yeah, at least Bennett was Dan brings up a good point. At least Bennett, Amira Ali, like
hey, Amira Ali, one day, just like a
Amira Ali has some great runs.
More of a winger.
There will be a story that comes out on the tell-all book of Two Balls in the Mic of Amira Ali. Anyway,
A+.
A+. The best midfielder to ever wear a Wave jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
yes.
what?
Naomi Girma?
Naomi Girma?
I may not even be the best rookie to ever. No, I'm just kidding. She was.
For those of you that are driving and listening to Two Balls in a Mic, please be careful out there. It is absolutely
raining.
The downpour is crazy right now.
Dolly A- is actually insane playback. That is actually insane.
Please excuse your dear Aunt Sally and tell me why you decide to put a minus on there.
Yeah, he'll let us know right now. Let's see who's next, Tony.
Kenza Ali, we've said it all. She's unreal. Completely changed San Diego Wave midfield and attack at all levels. She connects everything. Is super important to this team.
Gia Corley.
Oof.
I will say, because of what was expected, what we saw the ceiling could be, a C-.
I'm gonna go solid C just because the beginning of it was really good. It was a letdown that she couldn't keep up with that momentum or at that level, but I'm gonna go with a solid C. I still think she made good runs. She gave key passes. I think she created a lot of opportunities for Wave to get goals. It's just not recorded in stats either.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with Chiva. C. And Dan brings up a good point. Do you take the plus off of Dali for drifting in and out of the quarterfinal?
No, just because it's the
Who
most
got him
important
there?
game, but
Who got him there?
Yeah, no, but I'm still gonna stick with my A+ for Dali, and a C for Girma. Gia Corley, sorry, I don't know why. We started putting like Tony winning the poll 60-40 peeps, underestimating Chiva.
Oh, for the wave to wave.
Where is that poll? Where can we see this poll?
Yeah, no, I need to see the poll. I can't see it in StreamYard.
Who's next, Tony? After Gia Corley.
Next up, we have for San Diego Wave, Kennedy Wesley.
Arguably the best defender.
Who's arguing? Who's arguing?
I give Kennedy Wesley a B, a solid B, just because she had a lot of ups and downs. She got called up to the national team, which is a huge honor. Probably not her best time either.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with a solid B, just because she wasn't super consistent the whole season, but she was very good.
Yeah, B+, I would say, just because you have a big hole in that back line without Naomi Girma, and for her to fill that this past season, I think she did a really solid job in that. And she still looks like a young player, but I think she still has like a lot of potential to get better, and I think that can only mean good things. Going up with the national team, she probably learned a lot there too, and come back to San Diego, it's only just gonna build on her skills and all that stuff. But she had some great blocks, but great moments this season. I'd give a solid B+. That red card, that's an important thing. Giving up that red card, I still think it wasn't a red card, honestly, but she did kind of give up that game. I don't know, but they almost won that. There was a tie against Portland, I'd still give her a B+.
I'll give her a B. Good performances, but just sometimes the size difference in some of these and the physicality of the matches just took her out of the match. As much as she tried, as much as she was, really kind of honestly heroic performances back to back. Like sometimes, like she really put her body on the line, but there's only so much you can do. So I'll give her a solid B. She's on her way too. She's still developing into just essentially a better version of what she's become. She got her first national team minutes and call up. So I mean that's just moving in a positive direction. But yeah, I'll give her a solid B for that.
All right. Up next we have Kristen McNabb. Tony liked that one because I took over sharing the screen. Kristen McNabb to me is kind of like a C's get degrees type of player where, like she'll get the job done and she has the experience, but then she also messes up a lot. So I'm going to go with a C+.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you. C+ or maybe B-. All I can think about is that Portland match in San Diego when Kennedy Wesley got that red card and she conceded the penalty to Sam Coffey pretty late. That was a pretty tough look on McNabb. But I mean, McNabb earned the starting spot over Trinity Armstrong in the quarterfinal, which I think was probably the wrong decision by Jonas Eidevall ended up being, right? Like Trinity Armstrong probably could have played and maybe added a little bit more offensively throughout the match.
Yeah.
That Kristen McNabb doesn't really have. So for that, maybe she gets dinged a little bit, but she had a solid C+ season.
Yeah. Tony McNabb, what do you grade her?
Maybe B-. Because I don't think she liked blue games either.
Tony agrees with a C+ here. All right, let's see. Up next, we have Mackenzie Robbie. Mackenzie Robbie. Abe, I'm going to let you start with this one.
She was kind of used less than she has been in seasons past, and that's probably best for her just because she was thrown around the pitch a lot last year. And coming on as a sub in the winger position, she was pretty solid. I don't think she contributed too many goals this year, but when she was on, it was pretty solid. So as a substitute, I'd probably give her a C, maybe C+, but didn't lose games for San Diego, that's for sure.
¿Por qué me quitas this?
Because you had to add on. Mackenzie Robbie, C, just middle of the road C. Like, yeah, she's this was an average team that made playoffs. I can't. It's going to be hard to find those A's, A+. I think we all know where those are coming down from, but this team barely made. Well, I don't say barely, but they scraped by and made playoffs and looked terrible at times, and sometimes they looked pretty all right. They looked pretty decent. But I'll give her a C for that one.
I'm gonna agree with the C with you guys there. I don't think there was anything too special from Robbie this season, but she was reliable when she had to come in. Up next, we got Kimi Ascanio.
Kimi, hey, what do you think?
I feel like this is a tough one. She got off to a really strong start in this season. She took Maria Sanchez's starting spot, which is like really impressive out of a 17-year-old. And I think she kind of carried San Diego to start the season. If you take out Kimi Ascanio's performance, how she was starting, like this team probably doesn't make playoffs. So I'd give her an 8, and probably she was like up to A+ and probably brought herself back down to A- by the end of the season. So I think I'd give her an A-.
Okay.
A minus? Woo, Mr. Abe. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I agree. A minus is fair.
Because by the end, it was just goal contributions. Not anyone could really help out in that area. But
and she's only 17.
I mean, but she did really well. I think she's got a huge future on this team. I think if you ask most people that followed San Diego Wave, you'd ask Kimi Escanio and Melanie Barcenas who's starting next year. A lot of them would have assumed it was Melanie Barcenas, but Kimi Escanio truly like earned her spot on this roster.
Jonas really knows how to get the best out of Kimi Ascanio.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to give her A just because I'm looking at who's in the A category with Kenza Dali.
Well, Kenza Dali's in the A+ category.
She is, but she's still in the A's.
Little sister should be there.
I think even just that dip in form, B+. It's a B+, because of that inconsistency. And yeah, we saw flashes. She played well at different times. If that doesn't work, it's going to be computer versus computer. But as Chiva tries to prepare and get ready for his PS5 destruction.
What does the orange mean? PS5
charging.
Let
it charge.
So no A- for you?
No,
No A?
I say B+.
Okay.
B+ for Kimi Ascanio.
B+ it is.
All right. Next up, moving on down, we have Laurina Facer.
Laurina Facer. Came in late into the season, but with time she became a starter on this team. I'm gonna go with a B-. I think if Savannah McCaskill stays healthy, she doesn't get the starting spot. So I'm gonna go with the B-. The moments that she was there, she connected really well with Kenza Dali. But I don't think we saw anything too special.
Yeah, I mean, I think a C+ is fine. It's fair. And that C+ again, in the time that she was able to contribute, I think she has some really good moments and really good performances. And at some point, it was just that, well, there's nobody else to play in that position. So C+, I'll give Lorena Facer. Abe, what do you give her?
Yeah, she was getting beat up pretty hard at the end of the season. I think that's just because she's probably a younger player. The rest of the NWSL players knows they can probably put a little bit more effort there. And I think Savannah McCaskill was truly important in that midfield, so it looked a lot different when Lorena Facer came on. But she did pretty well, so I'd give her, I think, a B, maybe B-. But she held down the midfield in a way I don't think I expected from a young player.
Well, what did you expect from Kira Carusa? We'll start with our buddy and Kira Carusa, Emily Van, the head of the Emily Van Egmond fan club here locally, the local chapter. Chiva, let's start with Kira Carusa.
Yeah.
Trash, absolute trash. The backup player for F-rated striker. She's an F. It was an F season. I think it was an F season overall for like them too, and there was to the point where Kimi Ascanio had to resort to playing in their role instead.
Agreed. F.
Anytime she came on, nothing changed.
I think the expectations on Kira Carusa, at least from my end, is a lot different. I think she probably, like, when she first came, I think the issue was her first 2 games, she was like really good. And Alex Morgan had like subbed off, and Kira Carusa was scoring goals. People were like, "Oh my gosh, Kira Carusa is unreal. It's great. She's going to do a lot." But she really has never lived up to that since. So I don't think my expectations were very high. So I'd probably just stick with a D. You usually want to expect more out of a substituting striker. But yeah, definitely failing grade. Didn't do a totally amazing job in that role.
Yep. I mean, I agree. Like it's just. I mean, to me, it's an F. I don't care what you say. It's
Well,
not gonna be
from
a D
from
for
F
me.
to
That's
potential
fair. I mean, failing's failing. I mean,
to potential as there we go. There it
Okay.
is. Delphine Cascarino.
A fell off a little bit, but she's nominated for MVP. Like it's an A. Like there's no question about it. Like
I'd say A
Felipe
plus.
Ruiz,
A plus just
plus.
because of how much teams had to like worry about her and put all their focus on her and put their best defenders on her and try and shut her down. And I mean, she had basically no help in the middle with Leon or Caruso, like you said. And then not until like Dudinha come in did it help her out a little bit. But I think that's probably what you could call her dip in form, just because like they didn't really have much help there. But she did a great job. There's a reason why she's in that MVP conversation. So I'd give her the A, maybe A plus.
Okay. I'll give her the A just because there were moments where that double team did work on Delphine, and she was kind of cornered there and didn't have a lot of answers, and the team suffered because of that. So yeah, I mean she's still in the upper echelon to A for sure. But is it A plus material? I don't think, at least for this season. But definitely one of the two best players that SanDiego FC, Wave FC, have on the roster, and part of the reason why that French connection is a French connection. Hey,
all right. Next one, Savannah McCaskill. If she finishes out the season, it would have been a very strong B plus, but the way it ended, I'm gonna go with a C, just because she got injured, but she did play a lot of the season, and she played in a new role, more defensive role, and I think she adapted well and she had good moments. So I'm gonna go with a C.
Senor Abe.
I think she was like super important to that midfield with Kenza Dali. So when she was playing, but then that injury completely changed the way SanDiego Wave looks. So I'd probably give her a B just because of the injury. But she was on her way, if she played the entire season, I think, to maybe an A minus.
Yeah, I mean, I give her I give her a B. Like, it was solid because, again, she's not a center mid by trade. Like, but she's kind of slowly become that. You give me Emily Van Egmond or a run of Savannah McCaskill, I'll take Savannah McCaskill every single day of the year. Unfortunate that she did have to go down after she was playing some really good, meaningful midfield play, but yeah, a B for.
And she was having her best game when she got injured. That was just tough.
Yeah.
Moving on. This one's gonna be easy. It's just an incomplete. Didn't play. Third goalkeeper. Right? Do we agree?
Incomplete? Yeah.
I'm trying to think. She might have played in the Utah friendlies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if she did. So I can know it was Didi Hercic, I think, that played at Toro Stadium. So yeah, incomplete. Didn't show up to class.
Yeah,
they train. I mean, the goalkeepers are important. They train I always see her at training. So it's not like they didn't show up to class, but they didn't take the test. They didn't take the test. How about that?
Yeah, they weren't eligible for the test.
Neither was Naya Harrison.
I think she had like 5 minutes when they clinched the playoff spot. She played like 5 minutes.
So I mean, incomplete.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. This one's interesting. Melanie Barcenas. She played enough to have a grade, but the injury kind of kept her away from it.
I'd give it probably C, maybe C minus. Even as an attacking player, I might even give her like a D plus.
D plus is where I'm at.
I'm down.
I'm down with the D plus. There's nothing that was added when Melanie Barcenas was subbed on. They had a little bit of pizzazz here and there, but like
highlight reels you see on Instagram, that was what was added.
100%. But meaningful, like moving forward soccer, not a lot there. You saw the growth and development of somebody like Kimi Ascanio right next to her, and you're like, well, if she did it, where did Barcenas grow? Like, what areas did she grow in? I didn't really see that from her, so maybe next year will be better after this injury. But for me, D plus.
All right. Jordan Fusco. I think Jordan Fusco actually made a bigger impact coming off the bench than a lot of other players did, like Barusa.
Yeah.
I may even say like I can see Robbie. Not as much, but close. I'm gonna give her a C plus just because she was a very anytime she was in, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, definitely. And like it makes me like wonder like if she was in instead of like Melanie Barcenas in some of these moments, like would she have had some better chances just because of her height and physicality? Like she and speed too. She looked pretty good in these games. I think I'd stick with a C plus.
Yeah.
Like and especially coming in as like a short term contract player and then like staying on and being able to earn those substitution minutes, it's shows a lot from her.
Yeah.
So
impressive. All right, Daniela Arias. Incomplete.
I think she played some minutes technically.
She rode the bench pretty much all season.
Yeah.
So I mean, considering she was available and she just was at the bench every game, I'm gonna give her an F.
This is where we'll introduce, I think,
8 minutes.
Camille Ashton. What was she thinking with this? What was the plan here? Who asked for this?
Maybe she's good in training.
Who
good
asked
defense,
for this?
Good defender to have in training.
Didn't work. Then you busted all the confidence that Adriana Leon had. Then,
oh,
yeah,
maybe she just like completely destroyed Leon's confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy is that a lot of these players they don't get minutes, but then they're still getting called up to their national team and starting for them. I wish we could grade her based on her time.
She's playing in the Copa America final. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. And then to get 0 minutes for the club team, it's crazy.
You guys know my conspiracy theory there, but F.
All right, it was next.
Next we got Quincy McMahon.
Quincy McMahon,
the backup to Hannah Lundsvik. I'm gonna go with a
C.
I'm gonna go with a D.
If we gave Didi a C, I'm gonna give her a C.
I'm gonna go with a D just of how badly I think she got megged or like juked out in that quarterfinal at the end.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
She got and then she didn't like clear the ball and she just looked like dumb out there. I don't know. Like that was bad. Abe, what do you grade McMahon?
Yeah, like Tony, probably give her a C. She didn't have very many minutes, but there are some times where she made I think she made like a couple crosses in that like looked interesting and made me wonder like, oh, maybe she get more minutes, but Honolulu is playing too well to take away that spot. So yeah, C.
Pero Moroni.
I think that's one where it just sneaks into the A- category. I like the way that she plays. I like her intensity. I like what she brought to that left side. She was a little bit lost when Maria Sanchez left, but she found herself. Just intensity that she brings. I like her style.
I almost agree and almost want to give her an A- as well, but I think she fell off for a little bit of the season where she wasn't having that best of a run. So I'm gonna go with a B+.
Yeah, I agree with you. B+. She's made some important. There are some times where defensively she was just like either not there or rushing back to come back and help. So that's why I would stay away from the A. Like, and then that quarterfinal goal, I think you can kind of blame on her, right?
Yep. She did cost that goal at the end. All right.
Yeah.
We're down to our last player, Dudinha.
Oh. It took her a little bit to get accustomed to everything, but I'd probably give her
I'd give it an A.
A B+.
I give it an A. Just of the impact she made at the end of the season. Like if it wasn't for her, they would have not like be as competitive as they were on those last couple games. I mean, she had what, like, I don't know the exact, like 4 or 5 goals in like 4 games. So I think just because of that, and I'm gonna give her an A minus.
Yeah,
I'll be nice.
to replace Maria Sanchez. Yeah, that's true. Maria Sanchez, should she get a grade?
Maria Sanchez is not in the roster anymore, so she does not get a grade.
She showed up to the first semester and then didn't show up for the final.
Yeah, you ditched. Can't get a grade.
I mean, she went to a different school actually, and she's gonna go take the final for Tigres. She's in the final right now.
Wasn't a Mike Tigres edition. Can give her a grade. Dudinha, Tony.
She gets a B plus. She gets a B plus because I thought she was gonna just acclimate a little faster to the league.
She didn't understand your Portuguese.
C plus. No, I think like the impact that she made off the gate, the talent is obviously there. Took her a little while to get acclimated. She's still a young player, and so I think that a lot of the creativity that SanDiego will have moving forward will come through Dudinha. But I think just because it did take her a little longer to kind of acclimate into the NWSL, I wouldn't be comfortable giving her that A, but she did very well. B plus is what I would say on that.
All right, that's all the players we had. Do we
favor Emmanuel?
Not on the roster, my boy.
Yeah, that's an F for me.
Jonas Eidevall?
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I think Jonas Eidevall and Camille Ashton are our next.
Yeah, Jonas
students.
Eidevall. What do you guys think? I'm gonna give Jonas Eidevall a solid B. Because he brought this team into playoffs where everyone had them done so.
Yeah,
I think his tactics were a little questionable, but I'm gonna give it a B.
If failing is not making the playoffs, getting last place, if barely passing is like almost making playoffs, and then like 6th place, staying in it, taking Portland to extra time, and from where the team was last season to where he brought them this season, and then their form to start out the season, I'd probably give them a B. They definitely struggled mightily for a bit there after the summer break. That's probably a little bit the league just knowing who you are. Never really made a strong adjustment. Maybe that's just the strikers never figuring it out. So it's hard to know how much blame to put on Jonas there, but B is a fair grade.
Philippe said Tony's Portuguese is a C minus.
Yeah, maybe a D.
Tony, what's your grade for Jonas Eidevall, Tony? He's going back, guys. Don't worry. Okay. He's trying to fix the PS5 controller because it's not charging, and this was his way of making a computer versus computer. So then it's like that. So it's okay.
I do give Jonas Eidevall 5 ketchup out of 5 ketchups. He's easily just the best version of what, like, I don't know. I really like his coaching. I really like his coaching style, his philosophy. I was going to say the best coach that they have, but I think, Casey Stoney did win silverware technically. So she's would be the best as of right now. So Jonas Eidevall gets a B plus for being able to do what he was able to do. Hey, Chivaruski has fixed it. So yeah. I'll give him the impression is a B.
Okay. Camille Ashton?
Building the roster of this team.
See? Like there's some, like, again, Daniela Arias, like what's going on?
I'm gonna go
then Trinity Armstrong, like
Kenza Dali,
yeah. 34-year-old Kenza Dali.
Was Delphine under Camille? No, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, right? Okay. I'm going to go.
That was last season.
I'm going to give Camille a B plus. You brought Kenza Dali. Like, that's good enough. You drafted a Trinity Armstrong. Trinity Byers is going to be a good weapon to have.
I was a sneaky steal, too, because she was in college and then They like signed her while she was still injured, so
Yeah,
probably got her at a probably cheaper rate than she normally would have gone for, maybe. So, but I'd probably give Camille Ashton a B. There's some more additions. I think it's fair to say that she could have made, like when the Leon Caruso thing isn't working, maybe they could have added somebody or traded for somebody, right? That's fair.
yeah.
So, because it was a clear just struggle. They could have at least like made the room deeper that way, but
Would you give the Wave home game attendance? Actually, I would give that a B plus. I mean, because of the type of year that they had last year. Yeah, I think I'd give them a B plus because people stuck around.
What did you give Camille, Tony?
I gave her a C.
A C. Un C. All right, that's about all the grades we have for San Diego Wave. Any other grades you guys can think of?
Most improved student, Snapdragon Stadium field.
Yeah, that's a good one. Most improved Snapdragon.
Best quote. Best. How about that? Best quote.
Quote was great. Like
I like the movies one.
You don't go to the movies expecting and don't know what you're going to see. Yeah, that was a good one. Supporter section. Hey, I give them a A plus. I've not
Best supporter.
I have not heard the sirens be as loud as and get Snapdragon as involved as they did this season. Also, they made it on the map because they were player of the match on that last home game. Shout out
Day.
shout out to Dai to just all those costume changes. Yeah, no, A plus to A plus to the sirens.